At WMAR2 News, we're working for you with Rebound Maryland. And part of the rebound for some people during the outbreak comes with a lot of questions, especially about health insurance. So I asked the Maryland Insurance Commissioner about some of the most frequently asked questions people have about health insurance and COVID-19. Could my health insurance be canceled if I'm diagnosed with COVID-19?
Under the Affordable Care Act, with those plans, you cannot be canceled because of health issues. And if you and let me give a plug for right now, if you don't have health insurance, you can sign up with the Maryland Health Benefit Exchange through I think it's the middle of June. And there's no health questions, no pre-existing condition limitations, et cetera. So if somebody needs to buy insurance, now is the time to do it. But for those that have coverage, if it's a plan that falls under the Affordable Care Act, you cannot be canceled because of testing positive. Now, if you have a non-regulated plan, such as a short-term health policy, you can't be canceled, but you could have your claims reviewed to make sure that you did not have a pre-existing condition when you signed up for the policy.
Can an insurance company refuse to sell me health insurance if I'm diagnosed with COVID-19?
They'll have coverage, no limitations based on coronavirus or anything else.
Can a life insurance company refuse to pay a claim if the person dies from an illness related to COVID-19?
They cannot. So if you have a life insurance policy and you test positive and you subsequently die because of that, the claim cannot be denied because of the coronavirus, as long as you didn't know about it before you applied for the policy and lied about it on the application. So when you apply for life insurance, you have a laundry list of medical questions that you need to answer, and anybody that commits fraud when they complete an application is subject to having their claim denied.
Can a life insurance, long-term care insurance, or disability insurance company refuse to sell me a policy if I'm diagnosed with COVID-19?
Can an insurance company for life insurance, not health insurance, but life insurance, refuse to insure me? And the answer is yes. So every insurance company has underwriting guidelines in place. They're all a little different. So there might be one company that'll take you and another company that won't. Our role is to make sure that folks do not be discriminated against. So if somebody has an application and it's denied, they can file a complaint with us and we will investigate that in order to determine whether the denial of coverage occurred based on the standards of Maryland law and the standards of their underwriting guidelines. I'll exaggerate the point. If you want to buy life insurance and you were diagnosed with a serious case of cancer or heart disease or so on a year or two ago, there are insurance companies that will say thanks, but no thanks. We're not going to take you. Then again, there may be other carriers that will come back and say, we will take you. However, we're going to make a counter offer and we're going to take you, but we're going to charge you 50% more premium or 75 or 100 or what have you. So all carriers are a little bit different, but the law does allow for a life insurance carrier or a disability carrier or a long-term care carrier to deny an application based on existing health issues.
If I'm told that I need to stay home because I've tested positive for COVID-19, will my disability policy pay a claim?
The policy is what guides the decisions. So if you look at a disability insurance policy, it will say the definition of disability is the inability to do the normal duties of your occupation. If you can't do the normal because of an illness or an accident, then that's the definition of disability. So to use the same scenario, if somebody can't work because they tested positive, so now that that inability to perform the normal duties of your occupation is due to an illness, then the disability income contract would pay a benefit. So it depends on why is it that you can't work? Is it you can't work because you're unemployed because of the coronavirus? Your disability policy will not pay. If you're unable to work because you've tested positive and you're sick from the coronavirus or any other illness for that matter, that's what the disability policy has been designed for.
What type of impact will the coronavirus have on health insurance? Will it lead to higher premiums for everyone?
It's certainly way too early to determine that, but I can tell you that in the individual market, as an example, we have a robust reinsurance program in place that will mitigate a lot of the expenses on this. As an example, carriers will see an increased cost due to the coronavirus on one hand. On the other hand, their claims expense currently has been significantly reduced because of all the deferrals of elective surgeries. So while on one hand, they are paying a little bit more right now for the coronavirus, they're not replacing hips and knees and rotator cuffs and all of those other elective surgeries that end up being a significant amount of expense for insurance carriers.